Bruce, what's going on, Shoo Shoo? How are you, man? Thank you for taking out the time to come on the show, man. I know you're locked in camp. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well, man. You know what I mean? Just like you said, locked in the camp. We getting ready for our fight February 16th. Listen, we ready to put on the show. 2024 is going to be a big year for Team Carrington, and we just ready to get it on.
Yeah, man. So talk to me about the transition. You made the move from New York City, Brownsville to Las Vegas full time now. How has that been, not only from a training standpoint, but just for you and your family getting acclimated to all the different things that are Las Vegas compared to Brooklyn, right?
I mean, to be honest, I ain't gonna lie. I remember my first time being out here for a training camp was to get ready for my pro debut back in October 2022, and 2021. And it was like I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the heat. I fell in love with the altitude difference that's from New York. I fell in love with just the competition in terms of sparring and the people that's willing to like get in there and put in that work in. Like, and as you know, like it's number killers out here that want to get that work because they just want to get the best, be the best, they be their best self. And I'm one of them guys, man. And so I felt like it was a no brainer to move out here. We easily got acclimated. The cost of living is much better here than New York too. So that was an added
No
thing.
way. Is it really cheaper in Vegas compared to New York?
Dog,
Bro,
you
cause
know it is.
I live out there. I mean, obviously I came out to Florida for a couple months, but bro, gas out there expensive than a motherfucker. It's like $5 a gallon.
Gas,
Easy.
yeah. But listen, that's why I drive a Tesla.
Nah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I drive me a Tesla, man. Come on now. You gotta
Shit.
think 2 steps ahead.
I feel like everything's expensive. I go with my wife to eat sushi out there. Easy. I'm spending 100. We went out to sushi out here. That shit was $44. I'm telling you, I love Florida,
Are
man.
you eating on the strip or something?
No, 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 no. I don't even go to the strip as once you're a local, you don't fuck with that strip.
You ain't spending
Hell
no
no.
$100. I don't know where you going. You fancy, bro. You too fancy for me,
Nah,
bro.
nah, 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 nah.
I
I'm
can't
not
listen.
fancy. I'm looking for an all you can eat sushi spot. I get down. I'm 6'5". You
Uh,
gotta fill me up.
I feel you, man. I feel you, man.
Yo, what is
Yeah,
that
nah, I
spot you
love
be
it.
running at? It looks like mountains, but it's not really mountains because it's like mountains, but trails through the mountains. It's in Vegas, and a
Uh,
lot of a lot of cage fighters
yeah,
run it, but it's like it looks like mountain, but got these little trails, and I be seeing y'all crossing each other. What's the name of that park?
yeah. Yeah, it's Exploration Peak Park. Like that park right there, man. It's like that's a crazy trail, man. We be running up that drain like nonstop 10 times up and down. Like it's crazy, man. Like that's the things that we kind of do to prepare ourselves for, our opponents. We just putting ourselves through just, crazy type of workouts, man. That's the type of things you don't find in New York. Like those little mountains and those trails and stuff like that. You're not gonna get stuff like that in New York. Like you might, there's mountains in the state of New York, but you got to drive up a few hours to even do that. You know what I mean? I'm about 45 minutes, or that park that you're mentioning. I'm 15 minutes from that park. Like, bro, we running up Mount Charleston. You know what's about Mount Charleston, man. All the who's that's living in Vegas or be and train in Vegas, they run up that Mount Charleston, man. That altitude is crazy. 8,000 plus feet altitude. It's just wild, man. Like you don't get that type of stuff everywhere. But Vegas just gives you all the things you need to do to be able to become the best athlete you can be.
So, what do you know about this guy you're stepping in with? His name is Bernard Torres. He's 18-1, 8 KOs. Is that the correct opponent?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's confirmed. He's confirmed to be the correct to be the opponent for me February 16th. That
And
guy.
it's
He's
another 10 rounder, to be clear, because you just had
yeah,
your first 10 rounder, which you
yeah,
didn't go 10. You got the stoppage.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's my second 10 rounder. We always prepare to go the full 10 rounds. We prepare to do 15 rounds for real. But this guy, he's a interesting guy. I feel like he's a step up in competition for sure. His record shows in its own. He's 18-1, and he's a southpaw. I'm familiar with styles like him. I've been in the amateurs for a while. I have a lot of experience in the amateurs, but I feel like being with my team, Coach K, we just come up with with the best game plan to be able to beat our opponents, man. And we're gonna definitely put on the show. We're gonna dominate as we always do. We're gonna dominate February 16th for sure.
He's a southpaw. Any concerns there?
Man, people always creating some stigma with these southpaws and stuff. Like, man, like I said before, I have a lot of experience with my amateur background, so I'm familiar with fighting southpaws or sparring with working with southpaws. Period, man. Like, it's just you just got to come up with a game plan, stick to the game plan, and then do what you got to do. Like, people always play this mental thing, like, oh, southpaw. Back in the days, yeah, I understand. There's a lot of it was rare to run into a lefty. It was rare. Now you're seeing a lot of lefties being produced left and right. Man, I ain't got no issue trying to fight no lefty, no righty. I don't ambidextrous. I don't care what it is. Like everybody gonna get the smoke either way. I don't care what it is.
Your last southpaw, you did go the distance though. You ain't get the stoppage.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But I mean, I'm not a type of dude that always trying to go for a stoppage. Like, I mean, the guy was a tough guy. He weathered the storm, and he had, and, we went all, what was it, 6 rounds, I believe. We went all 6 rounds that fight. But my whole thing is just to be able to just dominate, man. I don't care about getting a stoppage all the time and stuff like that. But if it happens, then it is what it is. I'm gonna get him up out of there. As you see my
Uh,
last fight.
for sure. Now, am I correct, or is that the only southpaw you faced?
That is the only southpaw I face as a pro.
So
Correct.
this
This
will
is
be
gonna be
your
my second.
second one.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you say that there's no, you say that that's a stigma created, but look, matchmakers, they do it too, right? Like, look, this is only your second southpaw, and this will be your 11th fight. So, they're not in a rush to throw orthodox fighters in there with southpaws. But you have gotten extremely better, in my opinion. Something that you do that a lot of people don't is like you stay in the pocket, catch and shoot. You're very
Mhm.
slick, man, and you like
Thank
to
you.
roll with shots. I feel like certainly transitioning to Vegas has improved you because I feel like you've gotten more knockouts
Mhm.
as of late. I don't know. I know it's fluctuated because I do feel like there was the eight rounder that went the
Uh,
decision, but other than that, you've been getting more stoppages. I feel like you're more comfortable, and DLX is really a popping spot. So you get a lot of work there. There's a lot of world champions, Latin world champions that help you with that Mexican style. How
yeah.
has that been for you? Do you feel you've come to your own? I guess is the long-winded conversation because that's what it feels like. Like you're more comfortable and you've come into your own.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm becoming more comfortable with, I mean, I've been comfortable with the pro style and everything like that anyway. But I will say I'm definitely coming into my own and adding more things into my arsenal as well too. Like, you know, I honestly like y'all guys haven't seen, how deep my bag is for real. Like I purposely have not pulled out certain things in my bag for a reason for y'all. You know what I mean? All the things y'all seen in my past fights and stuff like that. Yeah, like y'all seeing what's up but y'all don't really know what's up. Like 2024, I'm gonna really give y'all a treat and make sure, and I'm gonna bring different things out the bag for sure. And yeah, I'm entertained, man. I'm gonna put on each and every time.
That's the second time you've said that. Why is this the year that you feel is the coming out party for you? What's changed that makes you want to show out in 2024?
I mean, well, I've always wanted to show out each and every single time I fight, but I got a lot of eyes on me right now. You know what I mean? I got the ESPN Prospect of the Year. I got the Ring Magazine Prospect of the Year. And and I feel like also it's just like I just have a lot of eyes on me right now. You know, what I mean, I just so I know it's about that time to be able to put on a statement and put the whole 126 division on notice and letting everybody know like Bruce Shushu Carrington is here to take over.
Um, just for my own selfish reasons, I'm hoping because you fight at 26, but you won't weigh 26 that you and Tio got to at least work with each other. Is it safe to
Mm.
say or not yet? I mean, both being from
Nah,
Brooklyn,
man.
it's kind of more almost impossible if you say y'all didn't. It's like really.
Yeah, nah, we ain't get to work together yet, but that's gonna happen some point soon. I already know we gonna put some work in, but we ain't worked together yet, man. But real quick though, there's one thing I want to touch on, man. I watched the video of yours, man, and I know you had a little discrepancy with the whole prospect of the year thing, man. I want you
Oh
to touch
yeah,
on that.
yeah.
You
Did you
have
see
your
Tito? Wait, before you
reputation.
touch on it, did you see Tito's resume?
Listen. I want you to,
Break it down
just
for you?
break it down. Yeah, go ahead, do your
I
thing.
mean, I mean, honestly, Tito Mercado's resume. You know what it is, Bruce?
Yeah.
This fucking game, bro, is so disgusting. It's politics. I'm telling you, if that kid was signed to Top Rank, look, his last 4 fights was all in 2023. One of them was Hank Lundy, for one. He stopped him in one before Kurt Scooby, who you know. And they used Kurt Scooby's overtime knockout to rank him. They didn't even rank Mercado. So then he fights another dude in Palmona. After that, he fights Nakatilia, I think, who only Murataya stopped and Shakur could not. And then the other win is Ndondini. Fucking Devin Haney ain't fight that dude till Devin Haney had like 27, 26, 4 fights. Like, that blew my mind. Ndondini just for Barboza, who's the #1 ranked and been in conversations for 2 title shots with Haney and with Tio. So yeah, man, if it wasn't for, I mean, come on, and that's 4 fights in 1 year. Like, he
Yeah.
at least a mention. They ain't even mention him. None of the 4 sanctioned bodies ain't even rank him. It's criminal, bro. It's criminal what they did. It's nothing against you. It's just like,
Yeah.
that's like you fighting Hank Lundy and nobody giving you credit at this stage in your career. That's a jump up. Regardless what you may think of Lundy, he still has experience. He still was in there with an undisputed champ. Like, think about it. That kid for Hank Lundy, who was in there with an undisputed champ, Jeremiah Nagatilia, who was in there with a generational talent in Shakur, and Devin Haney and Dong Denny was in there with Devin Haney, another undisputed champ. Like, bro, Tito showed he trying to come for the top, and they being funny. Politics as usual, man. Jay-Z said it the best. Jay-Z said it the best. Again, no
Yeah, man.
disrespect to you. You did your
Yeah.
thing, but he got that name value. Then you got to think he not with Top Rank, he not with PBC, he ain't with Matchroom, and somehow he got 3 big names in 1 year. Them big names, them big money names. Like, you can't
Yeah.
just, like, Hank Lundy ain't just about to go to some small show in Palmona unless you
Right.
giving him that bread to come to Palmona. But
Right.
that was just my thing. And even after that rent, they still ain't ranked the poor boy, man. I just hope someone signs him. He's supposed to be on UFC Fight Pass on the Tom Law for 360 Promotions. We'll see. This will be his first time on some big television. Let's see, can he show out? Because that's the experience that Top Rank gives you guys. You, Tiger Johnson, Mason, Abdullah. You guys have been on big cards consistently, so the lights. Like, my girl is Shadeja Green, and look, she said it. The lights got to her. You're fighting under the lights consistently. So, God willing, when your opportunity comes, them lights don't be too hot. Some of these guys, they don't get that opportunity, and then they freeze up, man. But yeah,
Yeah,
what's your
no,
thoughts
no.
on Tito not getting it? Because obviously you brought it up.
Yeah. No, I had to touch on it just to mess with you a little bit. But on a real, like, yeah, man, the dude, he definitely fought some good fighters, man. And I definitely feel like, for him not to be mentioned at least in some of those things, it's unfortunate. I will say it's unfortunate. But I know for sure that his time will come. But I definitely, for myself, I know how hard I put in that work, and what I've done in the year 2023 with the 5 fights that I had and everything like that, man. I was just happy to be bestowed upon the prospect of the year and everything like that for what I mean. But I'm that dude, I feel like he gonna definitely get his just due when the time is right for him, for sure.
Now, traditional upbringing is kind of like 4 of each. 4 4-rounders, 4 6-rounders, 4 8-rounders. Then you get into your 10-rounders. You skip that. Whose idea was to go from 8 to 10 in your last fight versus another 8?
I mean, well, to be honest, it was like the whole team. Like we kind of came together, and we just thought about the best, route for us at this point in time. And yeah, we ready. We were ready. We was ready for the 10 rounders and everything like that. To be honest, we know physically and mentally we're ready for anybody in the 126 division. That's including the champions. But we wanted to be able to progress, strategically and as the way the division stands right now, to where we want to position ourselves by the year 2025 to get them belts, man, we had to jump up and do the 10 rounders right away. And I'm ready to do 15 rounds if they ask me to. I'm ready to put it on for anybody.
I gotta ask because I want to believe he's going to be around till 2025 as the champ, man. He did his freaking thing.
Oh,
Rafael Espinoza, he
oh
shocked the
yeah.
world. He could punch, and he
Yeah.
got some crazy heart and determination because he got injured. I think he hurt his ankle and still finished
Yeah.
that fight. And
Yes.
you ranked in the WBO. You're
Hmm.
number 11. Obviously,
Number
he's
eight
the
now.
champ. Or you've
I'm
got
number eight
elevated from
now.
11? Okay.
Yeah.
So look at that. You're number 8. So you might get there before 2025, to be honest, the
Mm.
way as active as they keep you. But what's your
Yeah.
thoughts on him? He's extremely tall for the division too.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
6 feet.
No, that guy, I became a fan of him after that fight, man. I knew nothing about him, never heard his name, never seen the guy, nothing like that. But him fighting Robesi and the way for Robesi, and then the way he just, like, his heart, man. I'm like, yo, I want to, immediately, I told my fiance, I'm like, yo, I want to fight him. That dude is nice. Like, I like him a lot, man. Like, that's a good fighter, man. But I've had, like I said, experience in amateurs and stuff like that where I fought guys taller than him, and I know there's ways around, getting guys like that, getting dudes like him out of there. You know what I mean? So I'm more than prepared for anybody. Him, Ray Vargas, Luis Alberto Lopez, whoever's gonna take that WBA, anybody, like anybody, I'm with it all.
You said whoever's going to take the WBA?
WBA, yeah, because
Oh,
it's
you
vacant
going
right
that
now.
route? You going that route?
No, I'm saying anybody. I just named all the champions.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I say anybody.
Um,
Yeah.
so you got experience with Ronaldo, right? Because he's in your gym, and I know my boy Shamar Canal has sparred him, so you have to have sparred that champ, right?
Yeah, I've had plenty of rounds with Renato Lopez. I have plenty of rounds with Robesi Ramirez. I have plenty of rounds with a lot of guys like that was former champ. They know what's up. I'm just leave it
Nice,
at that.
nice, 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 nice. So that's good. Familiarity is always good. Um,
Yeah.
how I mean it is sparring. It's not a real fight. It's not 8 ounces. You got the headgear.
Hmm.
You get your coach to have things stop if he needs you to work on certain things. But how do you think you can deal with that pressure in a real fight? Because
I work
his pressure is what made him a champion.
I work my best under pressure. Like, and you see how the way I fight. I'm cool, calm, and collected when I'm in the inside. I'm very calculated when I'm, shooting off my counters, setting up things and stuff like that. I like pressure because pressure makes me think, and I think about, I outthink all of my opponents when I'm in there. And also like, you mentioned like, 8 ounce gloves and stuff like that with power, how that can affect me. Nothing can affect me if it don't touch me. And what I mean? That's just how it is. That's how I fight. So yeah, that should basically answer your question.
What about the height? I know height doesn't win fights, but do you feel like it's an advantage for you to be taller than him? Um, because some people like to be smaller. They feel they could get on the inside because they're shorter.
Yeah, I think it's an advantage for me for sure because if you're a shorter guy to be able to get inside, you sometimes got to take some punishment. You sometimes got to take one to give one. I'd rather be the one that's giving out, that's dishing out the damage, and then because I know how to use my distance and how to box. I ain't got to really worry about too much of the mixing in the inside. And then if we do get in the inside, I'm handling myself very well in the inside. So I'm prepared on all cylinders.
There was an earlier debate a few shows ago about Bradley's height. Obviously, he commentates so many of your fights. Have you seen him eye to eye? Because you're listed at 5'8".
Dude.
No, because you're
Yeah,
listed at
man.
5'8", and I thought he
Yeah.
was 5'8", but they got him listed as 5'6". Does he feel shorter than you?
Yeah, he does. He
Okay,
does feel shorter
okay.
than me. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's funny. I didn't know that there was a whole discrepancy about his height. That's funny. But nah, like, yeah, I feel like I'm taller than Bradley, bro.
Okay, okay. He's high on you,
Yeah,
man. Like I've read articles where it's like Bradley's guy, Bruce Carrington. Have you seen that?
really. Nah,
Yeah,
I ain't see that at all. Nah, word. You
yeah.
gotta send me that link.
For sure, I will.
Yeah, nah, but yeah, no, I mean,
Look,
to
this is
impress a
the
guy like
quote.
that,
This is the
yeah,
quote
go
from the
ahead.
article. The main card opener sees Tim Bradley specialist boy Bruce Carrington 10-0. Yeah,
Dang, okay.
I know, I know. I ain't like the boy either, but hey, you know.
It's cool. That's whatever, man. But I would say though, to impress a guy like that is a big deal because Bradley can be a critic, man. He can run you through the dirt for real. And he don't care on national television. He don't care what he say. He gonna tell her how it is, how the way he feel. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I respect about him because he's real transparent. But that also lets me know that if he's hyped on me, I gotta be doing something right. I gotta be putting it on, and I gotta be really impressing him. And he gotta, he's appreciating, my craft and the way how I'm displaying that in the ring.
So before Espinoza upset Robese, there was a lot of talk of Inoue potentially moving up to challenge
Mm.
one of Top Rank's champions, whether that's Vinaldo Lopez or Robese. I want to put you in that conversation because now you're ranked number 8. There's no clear distinction as to whether Inoue is going to do that. So you may end up being in the division with him. Have you
Mhm.
studied him? What's your thoughts on him? And is that a fight that you look forward to for legacy reasons, or did that never cross your mind because he's moving up? You don't know if he will get there or you will eventually move up when he does get there.
Man, I'm staying at 126. You know what I mean? I want to like take over the whole division. And of course I thought about fighting in a way, man. Like I'm a big fan of him. I'm so much of a fan of him that I studied so like everything that he does. Everything that he does. So I know all of the little things that he lacks and I peep it. And the type of style that I have, I can be able to dismantle all the things that he do. I can be able to take away his best attributes. Um, you know, this year in 2024, I plan on positioning myself to be able to, when he comes up in the division, to fight him. Because right now, obviously, it don't make no sense to fight him right now if he was to come up to 126. I got to continue to build my name. I got to be a bigger draw, all of that type of stuff, man. But when it's, this whole year, I'm positioning myself to be able to fight a guy like him for, yes, legacy reasons as well, too, because that guy, he is the man of the division. He the smaller guys, he is the one of the top pound for pound guys, fighters, and I just want to be able to prove to everybody that I'm the best. I want to beat the best, and to be able to beat the best, you got to be, excuse me, to be able to be the best, you got to beat the best.
I'm assuming you've been able to spar Nonito.
No, I have not. I have not been able to
Whoa,
spawn the Nico. Nah,
really?
man. Yeah, no. That'll be a treat. That'll be a treat. I would love to spawn Nonito, but I have not been able to.
Okay. Okay, I got a couple questions for the people before we let you go. First one's coming from Ruin 504. You kind of answered this. He says, "What do you know about your next opponent?" So if you felt you've
Yeah,
answered that, we could just
yeah.
shout him out and move on to the next one. Next one is in Toledo, Ohio. Tree says, "What are the steps you need to take so you could step up a future fight with Inoue in New York?"
Oh man, that'll be crazy. I just think I just gotta continue to fight guys on higher levels. We stepping up with this fight right here. We starting off the year big, but to continue to just fight guys in higher rankings and challenge myself, and in the mix of that, just build my fan base, man. And hopefully we can make something like that happen big in New York. Me, in a way, New York, monumental.
I got James Valdez, San Antonio, Texas. What have you enjoyed the most about your time at Top Rank?
Man, I mean it's multiple things I on the same level that I enjoy about Top Rank. I think it's more so just about my activity and with how they just keep me active. Even the team, the whole Top Rank, community, the camaraderie is so like dope, man. Like they really make everybody like feel really good. Like all the like I can't really speak for other fighters, but I know for myself, like they keep me really happy, man. They keep me really happy, and I can't wait to see what the future has for us.
Wow, I didn't know there was going to be so many questions about this guy. Big Bay Quinn from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Will you fight a new
Uh-huh.
way if you get the chance? How can you make that fight happen? And how do you see that fight going down if it happens? You kind of answered all that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but just shout out Big Bay. We got another one from Jo says Shushu and TBV. What up? When do you feel you'll get a title shot? If you can name your next three fights, who would it be against?
I mean, to be honest, I'm just trying to just get up them rankings, man. Like I already got no names as who I can say will be going up to, the next three fights or whatever. I just want to just get up on the rankings. Whoever's there is going to be there. But world champion fight, I feel like if not the end of 2024, for sure in 2025.
I got Chad in Canada. Bruce, what's your thoughts on fighting a guy like Lee Wood in England or Brandon Figueroa or Ray Vargas?
Man, I would love to fight any one of them. Any one of them, everybody's going to get the same outcome. Bruce Carrington being a victor, whether it's stoppage, unanimous decision, whatever. That's just what it's going to be. Any one of them, though. I would love to fight any one of them. Like I love fighting top level competition.
G Don from Tacoma, Washington. What up, champ? You think you will ever come out to the song from Brooklyn by Fabulous featuring Jay-Z and Uncle Murder?
Maybe. Who knows, man? Maybe. I might put that as a little treat for you, man. Who knows, man? But I don't know. Maybe,
Bruh, did
maybe.
you hear that Uncle Murder? What's the name? Let me look at my playlist. Part two, though. It's the wrap up.
Nah, bro. I ain't
Bruh,
hear
when
that.
you shadow boxing today, put part two on.
Okay.
That's all right. I mean, if you got
Wrap
Apple
up.
Music or Spotify, it should be there. Uncle Murder, the wrap up, but it's spelled rap, like RAP.
Rap. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Um, Flacco 38 from Sacramento, California. A big fan. How many fights you think we get to see you in this year? You fought 5 times last year, right?
Yeah, yeah. 5 times. I was 5-0 with 3 knockouts. I would say Top Rank has scheduled me to fight 4 to 5 times this year. So you're gonna see another busy year for Bruce Carrington.
Against the ropes with Dose. If Top Rank were to throw you in there, how do you think you would do with a Nue, honestly? Damn, boy, that's a lot of Nue questions. You,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, Inoue is one of the best boxers in the sport, man. Like, and obviously, they've seen other interviews of me mentioning his name, so of course, all these questions gonna come. But listen, like I said before, I'm gonna win in dominating fashion. I'm just letting y'all know that. Period.
we got James in Atlanta. He says, as a rising prospect, better yet, prospect of the year, the pressure is on now as you elevate more. So, how do you protect your mental health? Salute to you and salute to your career. Much success.
Man, I will say that one thing first and foremost, I pray to God to make sure like He helps me, you know, through every step of life. You know what I mean? I also have a lot of close people that in my around my circle, in my team. Obviously my fiance, she keep my feet to the ground, keep me humble. Coach K, it's just so like I have to do a good job of making sure things don't get to my head as well too. But they really helped me and remind me like, yo, like, don't let like the pressure get to you, or don't let things get to your head too much because it'll kind of get me off track, man. I got a great team behind me.
Last one, champ. Rocky in the 954. Rocky from Florida, champ. Obviously, boxing is a rough sport. What keeps you motivated to put in work required to become a champion one day?
Man, I mean, to be honest, to continue to just put on for my family, you know what I mean? Like I just to continue to provide for my family, but also man, I just want to be known as one of the greats. I want to be able to talk about Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, Bruce Shushu Carrington is going to be in that conversation. Like, that's where I want to be when it's all said and done.
Super duper last one. I didn't notice. New York Bullet says, "What's good, champ? Blessings to you. When do you see yourself headline in the main event in New York? Bring the win home, champ."
Listen, man, that ain't you can't talk to me. You gotta talk to Top Rank. Y'all gotta put it out there for me to be main event. Y'all gotta build that demand. Put it out there. Talk to Top Rank, and listen. If they hear you, they gonna deliver. So I would love to be main event right now, but yeah, maybe
Let me
towards the
ask
end of the
you,
year. Who knows?
do you think it's not a big deal for your Brooklyn fans to go to Madison Square, or would you prefer for them to let you fight at the Barclay?
Dude, I would love to fight in the Barclay as a pro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like the hood, bro, it's just a quick few stops on the 3 train. We be there. Like, you know what I mean? So I felt like the more of my peoples, from around the way, they would be more inclined to watch me fight in person if I was to fight in the Barclays. But listen, fighting in the Madison Square Garden is a blessing, and I 100% appreciate to be able to get the opportunity to fight there, man. Like, that's the mecca of boxing. Muhammad Ali, all these different type of guys fought there, bro. Like, I don't ever try to downplay fighting in Madison Square Garden. I can fight there as many times as I need to, man. I love fighting out there.
Nah, for sure. I just know that Brooklyn had hosted a lot of fights. They've obviously stopped now.
Yeah.
But it would be good if maybe, you put that bug in Top Rank's ear and they could strike a deal with
Yeah.
Brooklyn based off Brooklyn fighters like yourself. But, Bruce, that is all the questions. I do appreciate you. Please give out your social media, and thank you so much, man. We locked in with you.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me, Ness. But yeah, man, my Instagram is Bruce_Carrington. My Twitter is B_Carrington1. And you guys, I want to I have a documentary. It's called Brownsville Born. You guys can watch that as brownsvilleborn.com. Give you a little backstory of my life, what I've been through growing up in Brownsville, losses and everything like that. And I hope y'all like it.
Appreciate you, champ, man. Thank you, and look forward to getting you back on after the big win for the victory lap.
That's right. From yours truly, the 2023 Prospect of the Year champ. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Appreciate you, champ. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Prospect of the Year, Bruce Shushu Carrington. What up, YouTube family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.